Hey guys, what's up? It's Audra and welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome back to Chat with Audra. Today I have a very special guest and her name is Petunia. And today I'm going to be talking about my experience adopting a dog and why I think it's so important to adopt dogs and that whole situation. So let's get right into it and welcome back to Chat with Audra. So if you guys did not see on my Instagram quite a few weeks ago now, me and Zach just adopted this adorable puppy right here. Her name is Petunia, and we got her from a local shelter in Erie called the Anna Shelter, which is actually where my parents have adopted every single one of their dogs. So I'm very fond of the Anna Shelter and all the work that they do for stray dogs and abused dogs and, you know, all of the things in our area. There's actually a bunch of shelters, and I love all of them. I'm a big dog lover, so I really appreciate all the work they do. I'm going to tell you basically what it's like having a dog, what the adoption process was like, and what it's like right now, and how important it is to adopt. So we're going to start off with the actual decision to adopt a dog now. As you guys know, and I've talked about before, my life is very busy, so when it came to the decision to adopt a dog, we definitely took it very seriously because I think it's really unfair to an animal when you're a busy person and you adopt them and you're not home to take care of them. I think that's, you know, something that's really hard and something that isn't talked about enough. So yeah, when it came to us deciding to adopt a dog, we really thought long and hard about it. And basically what had happened is we saw her on the website of the Anna Shelter quite a long time ago. I believe she was put on the website in, I think, April. And we just adopted, or maybe earlier than that, and we adopted her the beginning of June or end of May. I can't remember the exact day, but we have it written down because that's our gotcha day. But we really thought about it for quite a long time because, like I said, I'm very busy and I wanted to make sure that she would have a good home and be taken care of. And so it was a very tough decision to make. And then one day we went to the shelter. I had the day off and I was like, you know, if she's still there, we're gonna go bring her home. And that's basically what we decided. And when we went there, we got into the Anna Shelter and we were like, hey, we're here to see Petunia. We literally got there when they opened. There was a line out the door. So many people were looking to adopt dogs. And so we got there right when they opened and we asked to see Petunia and they were like, she's in that room. You can just go in and see her. And we were like, awesome. So we went in and looked for her and she actually wasn't in the room and we thought we missed our opportunity. And so we asked and then they were like, oh, she actually just got moved over here. So we'll go get her for you. And so we got to see her and immediately when they brought her out, I just started bawling my eyes out crying. I was so excited.
Hi, sweetie.
Oh no. And I already just loved her so much. I was like, I can't leave her. We have to take her home. So we ended up taking her home that day. And of course, we went through all the normal adoption process things where they had to check, you know, like your income and, you know, like if you've had dogs before and if you have pets now and blah, 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 all this stuff. And we went through all of that. Ended up being able to bring her home that day. And you know, immediately brought her in and she warmed up to the house. And we had learned a lot from the vet, how they said, or from the shelter and from their vet saying that normally it's a process with dogs where they get very comfortable. It's like, come here. After 3 days of being at home, they'll like feel like they are home. After 3 weeks, they get a little more comfortable and they'll start to show a little bit more of their personality, which she's just about to just hit 3 weeks of being here now. And she's starting to be a little bit bad now because she's very comfortable in the house. And then after 3 months, it's like this is their new place and they figured it out. So we definitely are trying to ease her into our schedules as much as possible. And they said not to change your schedule around her. Don't stay home. Like just let her, you know, live. And we actually don't even have to put her in a crate. She stays out all day. She's very, very good dog. And we got very lucky because sometimes you never know where they're coming from when they come from a shelter. And you just have to hope that everything's okay and that you can train them and you can make it work. So she's a great dog and we love her so much. So that was kind of our adoption process and how all of that worked, how we decided to adopt her. And like I said, that was like a very big decision, a very important decision to us. Like, this is basically like the next 10 to 12 years of your life, you're gonna have this dog. And so it's a big deal, and we know it's a big deal, and we're ready to put in the work for her because we just love her so much. And so I kind of want to tell you guys my backstory with like adopting dogs. So my parents have always adopted a dog. They've never got a dog from a breeder. Like, we've always done adoption because I truly and personally think there's nothing wrong with a breeder if you want like a certain type of dog, like a certain breed of dog. I just don't really care about that. So my option, the option that makes most sense for me, is just always adopt. So we've always adopted our dogs. You know, my parents' dogs, I used to post them on Instagram all the time. Coco and Maggie, they're from the Anna shelter as well. And my parents have gotten another dog. We had another dog from the Anna shelter. We saved a dog from a no-kill shelter a couple hours away from here, and all that good stuff. So my family is very big into adoption, and I also think that it's a really important thing because there are so many animals and pets, like dogs and cats who were pets before they went here, who were abused or got dropped off, and who lived a life in a house, and maybe it was a good life and maybe it was a bad life, but they were in a home and they had stability, and then they just get dropped at a shelter, and they could be there for the rest of their lives, and it makes me really sad. So I think it's very, very important to visit your local shelter, to adopt an animal when you can. And I know that adoption is a lot of work. I think it's hard to get an animal. Petunia, she's one already. And like I said, we got lucky. She was a stray, so we don't know if maybe her owner dropped her off or if she ran away. It looks to them and to us like she already had puppies, and she's only one, so she could have been a breeding dog that they ended up just dropping off the shelter. And you never know what you're gonna get with a dog like that from a shelter. We could have got her and she could have been a mean dog, but she luckily is not. And it's hard to train dogs like that when they're already older. So for us, getting her and knowing like she's house trained already, she knows how to sit, she knows how to shake, she knows not really manners anymore because she gets little snacks from us from the table. So she begs for food now, and she is just getting more comfortable. She goes and lays down in the living room without us, whereas in the first couple weeks we had to be there. She wouldn't sit down, she couldn't be comfortable. And we have a little spot for her in our window where she lays down. She has a bed and a blanket, and she sleeps with us in our bed at night, and she takes up the entire bed, but she's so snuggly, and she loves to just be around people, and she loves other dogs. And you don't get that every time you go to a shelter. I mean, I can speak from experience. My parents' dog, Coco, you guys know I've talked about this before, she doesn't like people. She's abused, very abused, by men. So she was very, very scared of guys, and she didn't even like my dad and my brother at first. It took her a long time to get used to it. She has some health issues now. She has diabetes, actually, so she has to get an actual insulin shot twice a day, and she's scared of that. She's scared of other dogs. So you never really know what you're gonna get when you get a dog from a shelter. But if you're a type of person who thinks that they can handle that, I think it's really, really important to adopt a dog and to put them in a good home and save them from something that maybe wasn't, and show them what it's like to have a good life, because dogs, unfortunately, do not have a long enough life, I don't think. So I'm going to adopt a dog and spoil it for the rest of my life every time, and that's just how I feel about it. So that was kind of what it was like for me, choosing to adopt a dog, the adoption process, how we made the decision, and all the things. And she's just been adjusting to apartment life pretty well. We take her to my parents' house and she gets to run around in the yard, play with the other dogs. Our friends have a house with a big yard, and we take her out, we tie her up, and she gets to run around. She's getting plenty of exercise. She loves to go on walks. She got her first bath the other day, and we took her to Presque Isle and walked her around, and she loves to sunbathe on the deck. We have to put a little bit of sunscreen on her nose because she gets sunburn. So we are learning about her just as much as she's learning about us, and we're having just the absolute best time. And I just have loved the whole experience so far. So I will keep you guys, updated on how everything's going. But like I said, she's getting a little comfortable now. She's trying to steal food. She ate a cinnamon roll the other day. We had to call the vet and they were like, she's fine. She just might have a little bit of an upset stomach. She gets into food. She tries her best, but she's still a puppy. So we're learning and she's learning, and that's pretty much it. So thank you guys for watching. This is, my Chat with Audra episode on what it was like adopting a dog. So I hope you enjoyed, and remember to donate to your local shelters, whether it's money, whether it's dog food, blankets, look and see what they need. If you're looking to get a dog, look into adoption. I really just could not say anything more about how much I care about this. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And thanks for watching this episode of Chat with Audra. Like always, if you have any suggestions for what you want to hear on these segments, please leave them in the comments below. I always read it and check it out to see what I'm going to talk about next month. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this, make sure you leave a like and a comment, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And if you haven't already, make sure you turn on that notification bell so you don't miss an upload every Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's it. See you next week. Bye.